They say the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. But what if I told you the devil doesn't wear red? He wears your insecurities. He speaks in your own thoughts. He hides behind your desire to be loved. The devil isn't always outside of you. Sometimes he's the voice in your head telling you you're not good enough. He's the fear that keeps you in toxic relationships. He's the lie that says you must prove your worth. We're not weak for being manipulated. We are human. We all want to be seen. We all want to feel safe. We all want to belong. And it's these beautiful needs that become dangerous when someone uses them against us. Because manipulation doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers, "You need me. No one else will understand you. Without me, you are nothing." How many times have you doubted your truth because someone made you feel crazy for feeling it? How often have you ignored your intuition because their love was louder than your pain? You see, manipulation is not always loud or cruel. Sometimes it's disguised as concern, as love, as charm, as promises that feel like home. But a cage wrapped in silk is still a cage. Manipulators are not always monsters. They're just people who learn to survive by controlling others. But that doesn't mean you have to stay trapped in their game. You can wake up. You can reclaim your voice. You can choose truth over comfort and freedom over fear. Here's how you protect yourself. First, listen to the feeling behind the words. Not all smiles are sincere. Second, notice who only loves you when you're easy to control. And third, trust the quiet voice inside you, the one that's always been there whispering, "Something's not right." That voice, that's your soul. That's your intuition. That's your real protection. No one can take your power unless you give it away. You're not too sensitive. You're not imagining things. You're waking up, and that is the most dangerous thing you can do to those who benefit from your sleep. Because the moment you see clearly is the moment they lose control. You are not crazy. You are remembering your worth. You are not broken. You are healing, and you are not alone. So many of us have walked through darkness, only to find our light was never lost, just buried under lies. From now on, protect your peace, honor your feelings, and never trade your soul for approval, attention, or fake love. Because real love doesn't manipulate, it frees you. The truth is, most people aren't evil, they're just in pain. And hurt people, they hurt people. But here's the shift. You don't have to carry their pain anymore. You don't have to shrink so others feel tall. You don't have to abandon your needs to make others stay. Healing starts the moment you realize you are allowed to walk away. Even if they call you selfish, even if they blame you, even if they make you feel guilty. Your peace is not up for negotiation. You're not here to be someone's emotional sponge. You're not here to fix people who won't fix themselves. You're here to live fully, love deeply, and walk freely. And if someone can't handle your light, that's not your problem. You were never meant to dim to keep others comfortable. So let this be your reminder. You are not weak for loving deeply. You are not foolish for giving chances. But now, it's time to love yourself with that same depth. Set boundaries without guilt. Say no without apology. Choose yourself over and over again until choosing yourself becomes your new normal. The devil's greatest trick was not just convincing the world he doesn't exist. His greatest trick was making you forget that you are divine. So rise, heal, and take your power back. You see, for so long, you were trained to believe that love means sacrifice. that your worth is measured by how much pain you can tolerate in silence, by how many times you can forgive someone who never changes, and by how often you can abandon your own needs to hold someone else together. But what if I told you that real love, the kind that heals, the kind that uplifts, the kind that nourishes your soul, never asks you to betray yourself in the process? There comes a moment in your life when you realize that not everyone deserves a seat at your table, especially those who only show up to consume your energy and leave you empty. And in that moment, something within you shifts. Your heart stops begging, your soul stops shrinking, and your energy starts protecting itself without asking for permission. You begin to understand that peace is not something that comes from others validating your worth. Peace is what rises from within when you finally decide that you don't owe anyone an explanation for your healing. It's okay to be misunderstood. It's okay to walk away without a dramatic exit. It's okay to choose your peace over their chaos, your truth over their manipulation, your growth over their comfort. Because the moment you start choosing yourself with quiet courage, the universe begins to rearrange everything to match the frequency of your self-respect. And yes, it will feel lonely sometimes. You'll grieve the version of you that kept tolerating what hurt, that kept hoping people would change, that kept bending so much you forgot how to stand tall. But grief is not the enemy. Grief is a sign that you are leaving behind who you were to become who you were always meant to be. Let yourself transform. Let yourself rise. Even if it means being alone for a while, let yourself detach, even from the ones you once loved with your whole soul. Because this path you're on, it's not about revenge or proving anyone wrong. It's about remembering that you were never broken. You were just conditioned to believe that you were only worthy when you were small, silent, and useful to others. But you are so much more than that. You are a soul in bloom. You are light wrapped in skin. You are a force that cannot be owned, tamed, or manipulated. So here's the truth. Your power is not loud. It's not about control. It's about alignment. And when you're finally aligned, when your energy, your thoughts, your boundaries, and your intentions all rise to meet your soul, nothing can shake you. Not their opinions, not their silence, not their projections. Because you come home to yourself. Let me know if you want me to keep going, or if you'd like this section turned into a video script with visuals or formatted for voiceover reading. I can also make this a PDF with a title and author name if you'd like to publish or post it. Would you like me to continue from here with more long and poetic sentences? You said, continue. ChatGPT said, of course, Ronaldo. Here's the continuation with the same deep, poetic, and emotionally powerful flow, using long, spiritual, easy-to-understand sentences that carry meaning, resonance, and healing. And once you return to yourself, once you choose to honor the quiet knowing inside you, you will stop chasing love that wounds and start attracting love that respects, listens, and sees. Because now, you no longer entertain relationships built on fear, scarcity, or ego. You no longer settle for half-hearted effort, delayed apologies, or temporary attention. You no longer trade your authenticity just to be accepted in rooms where your soul cannot breathe. You are not here to perform, to please, or to prove. You are here to be, fully, unapologetically, and freely. And when they say you've changed, smile. Because yes, you have. You've changed in the most sacred way possible. You've stopped asking for love and started becoming it. You've stopped begging for peace and started embodying it. You've stopped waiting for permission to feel whole and realized you always were. There is no need to shrink so others feel tall. There is no need to dim your brilliance so others feel comfortable. There is no need to explain your silence, your growth, or your absence, because healing is a language only those who have dared to go within can understand. And your life is no longer about being understood. It's about being real. And let me tell you something important. Your worth does not decrease when someone fails to see it. Your light does not go out when someone chooses darkness. Your path does not become unclear just because others don't walk it with you. This is your sacred unfolding. This is your divine return. This is your rebirth, not into someone new, but into someone you were always meant to remember. Let them go. Let the noise fade. Let the false fall away, because what's real will always remain. And the more you love yourself, the less you tolerate what doesn't. So walk forward, even